What is up, people? It is Luna Titanium here, and I'm sure you saw my last video. It was a speed build of this guy, but what you missed from that was the tail end of it. I stopped right when I finished the backpack. It didn't get to the shield or the weapons, I don't think, because my camera ran out of memory, and I lost that little bit, and it wouldn't let me have it back. By then the kit was already snapped up. Whatever, moving on. Life goes on, as they say, because this is the first work in progress I've done since I come back to this, got back to this channel and everything. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see, there are some different things going on here. I've added a few things here, such as this rifle's different. It's got a cannon on its back, and it's holding a minigun. What's going on? Alright, well, I just happen to have some extra builder's parts laying around, and some of the stuff doesn't fit quite right, but you know what we do around here. We make it fit. We make it better. But yeah, a few builder's parts I thought would enhance this suit's look, like this cannon, this minigun, and sub-arm on the backpack here, attached to the skirt right there. And all of this is 100% and absolutely removable. So, if I want, I can always take it off and stuff. But, other than that, the only thing I've actually taken off this thing is the first beam saber right here. So that's not there anymore. But, let's talk color schemes, because you know me, I'm going to get straight to painting this guy as far as it goes. I think I'm going to stick to predominantly traditional RX-78-2 colors. So, the same colors you're seeing, just not in this hideous fluorescent. I mean, it looks okay on camera, because you're probably seeing it, but see it in real life, it doesn't look good. It's super fluorescent. The yellow is highlighter yellow. The reds is like a highlighter pink. It's awful. So, yeah, more traditional RX-78-2 colors. Maybe a little bit of weathering. I think I have some spare real grade decals that I might put on this thing, most likely. Anyway. So, let's go ahead and get this thing primed up, and I will be right back with you. See you later. And we're back. And as you can see here, I've gone ahead and finished the base coats on this guy. And went ahead and threw down a glossy top coat on here, as well as undercoating most of the weapons here in this gunmetal. And I still have some detail painting to do on that, as well as a few target areas here on this kit. So, thought I'd give you a quick look at the idea I'm going for with this. We still have a lot of detail painting and other things to put on here, as well as other top coats and decals here on this work in progress. So anyway, thought I'd just drop in and show you this real quick before we segue on to the next area. Alright. And here we are here again. And now I'm going to be starting to paint the shield, and in the clips you'll see pretty much all this getting painted as well. But for right now and for starters, I'm going to start by painting a bit of red here on my shield. Since I put this cannon on it, I'm going to make it to where it looks like it has a smaller Gundam shield here on top. So after I'm done here and this dries after a few coats, the edging and detail painting on this will be white when we get to that. And this here I'm using is just a average red acrylic. It's a Citadel corn red, if I remember correctly. I didn't quite look at it, I just grabbed it, but I know it's an acrylic. definitely don't need to use too much paint on this because I don't want to fill in these recessed areas here. I want these to be thin on there, so make sure you're using your thin coats here if you're following along with me on this or anything you're painting. But yeah, I think you get the idea there. Get my camera to focus. Focus. Oh, almost. There we go. So, and next up we're going to be painting all the red on this shield as well as part of these gun barrels right there. But I think you get the idea. So I'm going to move on to the next weapon and we'll be back. Alright, and we're back, and here you can see I've laid down this full red base coat on here. So now we can start putting in more of these white details here, taking it back to its RX-78 shield look. And for this I've started off using a smaller brush than I was last time. This one's really good and tiny for details. And normally, I mean, I already did this on the main Gundam. I can't stand painting in white. Normally I just leave that to either my airbrush or a rattle can or something. But for this time, since it's just such a flat, small detail, I am making this exception this time. Then once the base of this dries, I will be going back over it a second time to straighten up those lines on top. Don't really see much of a need to mask this because it's so flat. Quick dab of paint. And again, this is acrylics I'm using on top of this, so that shouldn't cause any paint conflicts there, cause this to run any. There we go. Hopefully this is coming out alright on this camera. I haven't really tried to do this too much, save for a few other videos. Anyway, now I think y'all are getting the idea. Keep it in frame. Just get another quick focus on this. Not too far. There we go. You guys can sort of start to tell the ideas I'm starting to have for this. There we go. And I think that'll do us for this step of the work in progress. I will come back when this is done. And we're back here again, and as you can see, I've finished up this line around it. One of the barrels there to kind of act like that pseudo stripe is still there. Now lastly, I got to finish out that bottom stripe here on this gun barrel, so it's still carrying over, like the bottom stripe here just continued around it. That's the way I envision this to be anyway. There's that on that inside. Come back over here and clean this up a bit. There we go. Trying to make sure this is showing up good on the camera. I like to think I've gotten better at the cinematography of this just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little, you know. But there we go. That's the basics of what I'm trying to do with this here, as you can probably see. kind of get the idea of where I'm going with this. So now I'm going to do just a bit of cleanup, and we're going to jump to the other weapons. The last few touch-ups I think I'm going to be doing here, as far as detail goes, is going to be the backpack and the cannon. So nothing really major here, just coming in here on this one to do these outside plates, kind of give it a little bit of something here to break up this monotony. I know the RX-78-2 does not have this, but I don't know, I just thought it looked like a good idea. We'll see. But that's kind of what we're going for with this design anyway. It's an update. It's something else. So that's what I'm trying to bring out of it here. But you might be able to see what I'm doing there. Yep. Oop. And I will show shots of these at the very end here, once I've gone back over these with their second coat. That way it's not so streaky. I'm doing these, this is thinned down, but they aren't, I mean, it's still white paint, and I still can't quite get that on the first coat, you know. That is usually why I try to stick to rattle canning white for the most part, at least. So here's that piece with the look at the backpack there. And next up is these cannons. And I'm going to do something similar to what I did with the cannons on the shield. And I'm still going to paint these barrels here white as they are. Not sure why I decided to start painting barrels white on this. I just thought it would be a good idea to break up all of this gunmetal look. Hey, we'll see. But yeah, sort of see where I'm getting at with this. Anyway, so here's this, there's that. That's what you can look forward to, and I will come back when they are done. And for right now, folks, that's what I got right now for this work in progress right here. I'm going to go ahead and split this into two parts, and on part two, we're going to go over the dry brushing, the gunk wash and panel lines, and then we're going to do decals. Alright, anyway, this has been Luna Titanium here saying like, share, subscribe, yada yada yada, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.